10C, adopt a resolution allocating $5,800 from the City Art Fund for Culture and Arts Commission programs for 2010-2011. Staff report, please.
Good evening, Mayor Wayne, members of the City Council. The item before you at this time is the request from the Culture and Arts Commission for funds for their annual programs for 2010 and 2011. They did come on February 23rd to give their annual report, and at that time expressed some of the ideas they had had, and at that time was received favorably by the council. So we're returning now to ask for the allocations for those projects. To review what those are, the first request is for the Movies in the Park event. We'll be entering our third year of that event, and it has, as you know, has been a very successful family event within San Bruno. The second and third are actually two new programs that the Commission wished to proceed with. The first is a Shakespeare in the Park event in October of this year. There's a tentative agreement pending approval tonight with the San Francisco Shakespeare Company to produce their production of The Tempest. So there's a $750 request for costs associated with the production and some staffing. The third program is a Valentine's Day film program. This will be run as a recreation department program, but it is included tonight because any of the proceeds from the event will go back to the City Art Fund. The staff report shows a calculation of costs based on what we hope to have in terms of attendance of about 25 couples. The costs that will be, the revenues that will be generated will be from a dinner program, a box dinner program that will be offered to those who wish to attend. The event does need about 12 couples to break even, and so the event will only be held if there is that amount of interest or more. The idea is to not have the City Art Fund to subsidize the event, but rather to have the event generate some additional revenue, as well as give the Commission some opportunity to try something new. The final item in the staff report is reimbursements for the three finalists for the recognition sculpture project. To give you a brief update on that process, the Commission, the subcommittee comprised of Parks and Rec and Arts and Culture Commissioners did get three finalists. They received some scale models, which were very helpful in helping them to kind of move through their process. They are now in discussion with one of the finalists, and there is a meeting that's scheduled for June. It will be a public meeting with the full Art and Culture and Park and Rec commissioners to kind of help to refine some ideas that have come from one of the finalists. They'll be returning later in the summer with an actual recommendation, but they still have some more kind of back and forth to discuss with the artists. However, in the call for artists, it did stipulate that each finalist would receive a $750 reimbursement for their time and their materials in creating the scale models that they've been using. So this request also is requesting the ability to go ahead and pay those artists for their time and money. Again, those models really did give them some very valuable information and insight into what actually will work best for City Park for that project. So the total request is for $5,800, and the current balance of the City Art Fund is $68,500. There is no general fund impact associated with those expenditures, and Oh, excuse me. The actual request is, has been reduced from 5,800 to 5,180. Originally, we had thought that the startup costs for the Valentine's Day event might come from the fund, but instead the registration funds for those people that might be interested in attending will be used to fund the programs. That's why there's a difference. Fortunately, it's lower. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions of staff?
I think it's very exciting.
Through the chair, really quick, maybe to the city manager, if you could just really quickly explain, as it was already alluded to by the assistant director, this is not general funds, but just for everyone's knowledge as to where these funds are generated from.
Sure, I'd be
Please.
happy to do that. In fiscal year 2003-2004, the City Council established a new program and a new commission, the Culture and Arts Commission. That commission's charge was to administer a new fund, the Arts Fund, which was put into place by ordinance of the City Council. That fund derives its revenue from a surcharge on building permits. It is a dedicated resource, and all receipts from that surcharge are deposited to the special dedicated art fund. Those receipts cannot be used for any other purpose, and the way that that fund is currently administered is by recommendation of the Culture and Arts Commission, who report to the City Council, and no expenditures are made out of that fund except by specific action of the City Council.
And then just finally, obviously, and thank you, building permits are obviously down, so we're at probably going to be half of the revenues that we were in 08-09 for 09-2010, which is understandable. So I think we just need to be mindful too of the account, and obviously during these times less revenues are coming into the fund.
I would just add briefly that it has been the City Council's policy direction to the Culture and Arts Commission that they concentrate on larger scale physical public installation of our art. And in fact, the Commission has done that with several installations already created since the time of the inception of the Art Fund. Those include the gateway monuments currently installed at the north and south entryways to the city along El Camino Real, a bronze statue on the lawn in front of the San Bruno Public Library, two murals, one at the location of the future Caltrain grade separation on San Bruno Avenue and another one on San Mateo Avenue. And as the Assistant Director mentioned, there is a project currently in process to provide a donor recognition sculpture, I guess is the best way to call it, which is intended to be installed at City Park. So, in fact, the concepts that the Council has expressed previously are being implemented, and the Council member is absolutely correct. The fund kind of ebbs and flows in its balance available, and the Commission and staff are very mindful of the availability of resources and the expectation that they may not be coming in at the rate that they may have in the past.
Any other questions of staff?
Through the chair.
Okay.
On this recognition sculpture project, for $750, do we take ownership of the models?
Yes, they are city property.
And so we will be able to view the three finalists?
Yes.
Okay. But the committee will be making a recommendation for one.
That is correct, and
For one of the three.
correct, just for one of the three, and also the artists that they're currently focusing on. A lot of elements of the piece were what they were looking for, but there were some elements that they felt that they wanted to have, and so that's the reason for some additional meetings with the artists to see if the concept can be refined a little bit more before it's brought forward.
Okay. Thank you.
Any questions of staff? Action?
Through the chair, I'll adopt the resolution with the revised amount.
Councilmember Ibarra.
Aye.
Councilmember Salazar.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Medina.
Aye.
Mayor Ruane.
Aye.